I've been waiting for this chat because I didn't look too deep into the situation on purpose. I only interacted with a few people that posted stuff on X, but I don't really know the details.
Ironmouse decided that she was going to avoid a partnership with Neverness to Everness. And the reason
all I said was I want to play this game now.
For that, apparently, is that I'm trying to find like where the actual. I think this seems to be like the main clip, right? Yeah, it is. This is the main clip. Let's just take a look at it.
This one's by Asmongold. If you didn't know, Asmongold TV.
And they had told my people
it
that there's
literally
no
has scenes
AI
from
in it.
Weathering with You on a big TV in the city with an AI filter over it. It's not even a whoops, we forgot to take out the temp assets. It's theft, and they keep lying.
Wait, isn't that an AI voice gen?
Hold on.
Wait, so you're telling me that they're complaining about AI while using AI text-to-speech?
Feel sorry for anyone that was involved without knowing about this
so
or
crazy.
having already signed contracts without being able to back out.
Bro, I would have never known until I didn't know until I saw that thing on Twitter after the stream.
Yeah.
I guess like since I did it, I got pushed. Like a lot of stuff got pushed to me, and then people also added me with stuff. So I saw it, and I'm like, what the fuck, bro? And they told my sponsor people. They said no. They said we do not have AI in anything. There's no AI anywhere. And
Apparently
like,
that wasn't true.
why are you fucking lying, bro? Like,
I feel like, I mean, if there's two components to this, right? So the first component is that the AI, like
Ironmouse teaches speak as a male character in her stream because voiced by Connor, but surely it uses AI to TTS it. That must be the way it works.
The AI virtue signaling, I just think is so fucking cringe. It's so insanely annoying.
I know people don't want to hear this, but listen, even if it's an AI cloned off of a specific person's voice, you know, it still took a lot of other people's voices in order to actually set the AI up, right? Oh man, I don't know. I don't know.
Cringeworthy, obnoxious. Like, I mean, there are so many other companies. Like, people brought this up. Like, she was like, apparently Ironmouse is in the new Honkai Gacha game, and then you have MiHoYo hiring people for AI stuff. So, like, where really is the standard here? How is that okay? But like, what you were doing,
I can tell you the standard. The standard is whatever makes me feel good. That's the standard. The standard is two things. One, what makes me feel good, and the other this is the other standard. That's the other standard.
over there isn't like, I mean, what they're doing, like, I don't get this, right? I don't think that there's really a standard here. It's racist towards AI. Yes, it is. It's racist towards AI. And so also, like, there isn't a team of devs anywhere that are using AI as an assistive tool right now. Yeah, exactly. And this is really what I think things are doing. Arbitrary lines in the sand. Exactly. And so, like, I think that it's just, well, anyway, let me talk about the easy one first, right? I'll talk about the easy one, which is that it's so obvious that if a company lies to you, that it would give you reason and pause to work with them in the future. I think that's super reasonable, and anybody could understand that.
Yeah, I think
like
that's,
if they're telling you something, but then they're doing something else, or they want to change the.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. By the way, even with AI, is that like if they tell you that they're not using AI, but then they are, then yeah, that's obviously bad, right? I mean, regardless of like how you feel about AI not mattering or AI being good or bad, it doesn't really matter. Like, you should, if they want that disclosed, you should disclose it. I think if it's requested, you shouldn't like say you shouldn't say there's no AI when there is AI. So
deal or the nature of the contract or whatever. But here's the reality. Is that if you're trying to draw a line in the sand with not playing video games made with AI, my best advice to you is to stop playing video games. And the reason why is because a lot of these...
You disagree with that, Ilya? It's very simple, is that you shouldn't lie to people, especially in business. That's it. It's very simple. Is that, and, you know, I don't know if this is true or not. Like, I'm not making a statement as to, like, whether or not they actually did say that to Ironmouse. And, you know, I don't know of the veracity of the claim. All I'm saying is, in general, you shouldn't lie about things like that. That's all I'm saying.
Studio,
especially in a business context.
Those are using AI, but they're just not telling people. Because it's just part of the development process.
We'll see. I don't know. Maybe it's in here.
There's no like grand design here. It's just that's what people do, right? They're using it with everything. They're using it with pre-production. And they've said, by the way, Hottest Studio, these are the people that
Leaflit
made
always
Neverness,
trying to be fair. I am
stated
fair.
AI is used only for pre-production renderings and never for core assets or final content. But apparent AI-generated billboards and cutscenes with visual inconsistencies are present in the released game. So they said that there was an AI, and there seems to be. Well, we don't know this for sure, but it seems to be the case. So
that's the claim,
go back to original Mega Man and Metroid. Yeah, exactly. And so who gives a fuck about billboards? I don't think anybody really cares. And this is the problem, is that I think there is a manufactured outrage around AI. There is a
you want to know a take here? AI is very important for the future of development of video games, especially to the standard at which like they're especially games that are held to the standard that is AAA, because the development cost of games like has gotten exponentially higher, but the prices of games have stayed the same. So if you want games to be at a lower price, you have to like allow the use of AI, especially to allow indie people to compete in the space of AAA and to take power away from these freaking from these quangos basically. So like AI is very, very important for that. It gives indie people like production capability that is much higher than like their normal, which allows them to directly compete with studios that are higher up. And again, like the whole cost thing I was talking about, how if you want to keep gaming, right, because the cost of developing a game has gone up a lot. And the income from the games hasn't really gone up a lot. I guess like globalization has helped out with that, but it's still not really proportional to the requirements of like actually creating a AAA game, especially with like the graphics requirements, asset requirements, all sorts of stuff. And the thing is I lost my train of thought. I had like a thing I was gonna say, and then I was gonna loop back on it, and then I lost the thread. This is what lack of sleep does to you. And then and compete, lower costs, whatever. Lowers the barrier of entry. Yeah, it does. It lowers the barrier of entry significantly for indie studios to be able to keep up and keep the prices down. Otherwise, and I remember what I was gonna say. So the reason why mobile games have been popping off so hard is because mobile games are cheap to develop and they make a lot of money. That's the reason why you've seen like a huge increase in mobile gaming and a lot of focus of like big companies going to mobile gaming because asset costs are really cheap. The asset cost is significantly cheaper for mobile games. The development costs are significantly cheaper. So what's going to happen is you're going to see people trend to like only making mobile games because of the profit incentive there. And again, like if you want to have more single player, offline games that are like that have high quality, AI is the best way to get there. It lowers the cost of everything.
Massive manufactured outrage around AI. And I think the reason why is because you have all these people that are trying to push the idea of like AI being this horrible.
I like how you close your eyes when explaining. Yeah, because I'm thinking. That's why I saw it, because I'm thinking. But yeah, I mean, look at the, for instance, like the idol video I made today. That would have taken like months to produce, right? And I did it in like I did it today, like by myself.
Horrible thing, but the reason why
it was still a lot of work. Like it was like over 7 hours of like dedicated like high autism levels of work where I was like hyper focused on it and like zoned. But it's still really, really low compared to how long it would normally take you.
Actually pushing AI being this horrible thing is because AI stands to put their job at risk. So it actually doesn't have anything to do with AI fundamentally. And if it wasn't for that one thing, they'd be totally okay with it. Resident Evil 9 were developed.
And this is proven time and time again by the attitude of these people towards other kinds of AI. So like again, like they have the voice AI, they have a lot of people use LLMs, like LLM AIs for like looking stuff up, etc. They don't really care about AI itself in principle. They only care when it affects specifically illustrative art jobs and voice acting jobs, like ones that are like held as sacred within the space of VTubing and gaming and whatnot. For some reason, for some reason, it's always been this. Illustrative art, any sort of art that has to do with like visual art, and then you have voice, like sound art. Those two art forms are like sacred, like on sacred pedestals for these people, and like they don't care about anything else. It's so obvious that they don't. And like time and time again, like in the post that I made before, find the post. Powder posting, VTubers are okay with LLMs, but not image generation AI. What's the argument here? And then I said here, I've had VTubers tell me, yeah, I'm against AI art, but I use it for writing because it's just writing. And then, you know, me as a writer, like, you know, the Higuruma, right? Like I've literally had people tell this to me to my face. Fifth Venom, thank you so much for the sub, by the way. Thank you. I've had people say this to my face that like, oh, well, you know, I don't like AI art. But you know, I'm thinking about using it for writing, like to help with writing. Do writing for like a thing I want to do. I want to do art for, but like I'm not good at writing. So like I was thinking about using AI for writing because it's just writing. Literally, someone said that to me. I was like, you can't be fucking serious right now. Like, you can't be serious.
Developers admitted the assets like the TV and bed were made with AI. Is that true? Let me look and see this. This is just a playthrough of her playing the game. I have no idea. And so, yeah, it's Terminator. It's just jealousy. Well, I don't think it's jealousy. I don't think that's the right word. But anyway, so let's go back. I will no push AI billboards with zero related to the game. I was on a date with men. I will no longer be playing AI. Genuinely super fun. And I care about supporting media that supports artists and supports our planet and keeps it safe. Is this person also...
Dude, by the way, this is the weakest fucking argument. But the planet, dude, it's the worst. It's actually the most retarded out of all of the arguments against AI.
I have no idea if they are or not. What is this here to all the AI bros in your comments here? Your lack of empathy for our Earth, the only one, the animals we have here. Like, what? The animals. What does AI have to do with animals? So, once again, it's the artsy-fartsy theater kids. You're right. Well, and these are the people...
I'll explain to you. Basically, their idea is that AI uses a lot of power, and so, like, power generation. But then the same people are against nuclear, so I don't even know what their fucking idea is. The same people are into nuclear and they all drive cars. So they all drive. I don't even know what their argument is, to be honest.
That always have to create some sort of theatrics, right? There has to be
and then they stream with high-end rigs, like these bigger streamers. They stream with high-end PCs that have like massive graphics cards, massive power requirements, using all that CPU to track models and stuff like that. Yeah, like what? Like, and also you're making content on the internet. Like, think about the amount of energy being spent watching your content. Think about every single phone, every single PC that has to be on so that they can watch your content. Damn. Ain't that crazy?
Some sort of thing that they're getting upset about or mad about or whatever. And yeah, the amount of energy it consumes. Yeah, but I mean, like, obviously there's a lot of things that consume a lot of energy, right? I mean, AI isn't the only thing that consumes a lot of energy. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I don't even understand this. So 99% of the game's made by artists whose work they're now discarding. Well, I think it's more than that. I think the truth is that every single game that you're going to play, there are going to be games that you can tell are made by AI, and there's going to be games that you can't tell are made by AI. I don't think that there are going to be that many games that are not made with AI. And if you want to make the argument that, for example, like it takes jobs away from people, if you have AI that's doing pre-production or it's doing storyboarding or some other variation of that, fundamentally, that is a job that a person used to have that's now being taken away from that person and being given to AI instead. So even if it doesn't make it to the final product, if AI is being used in the creative process, it's probably being used in...
Same thing with LLMs or anything like that.
In order to mass produce work that would have otherwise had to have been paid for. So I don't really even understand this distinction, because really the problem is, if you have a problem with generative AI, then I think that you should have a problem with it categorically, right? You shouldn't have a problem with it when it's only, you can only see.
And this was my point the whole time, is that if you're going to be against AI, at least be consistent in your views. And nobody is consistent in their AI views. Their entire like AI thing is like, well, it's like art though.
Right? That's it. It's no longer a story then. Exactly. And so AI is used everywhere in tech to write code. Exactly. Yeah. And so, and also writing code with AI is it really that much different from the programmer's perspective?
In fact, you can go so far as to say this. You wanna hear a crazy argument? AI will reduce power in total because the usage of AI through research and development capabilities will create energy sources and will unlock energy sources that are far better and far cleaner than we have right now, and we'll do it faster because of AI.
Between having your code be written by AI versus having an image be created by AI, well, whenever you're firing the person that's doing it, whether it's the code or the artist, they're still losing their job. I don't think it's a big difference for them, for example. It's the exact same thing. How do you think AI wouldn't remove all industry? What is this here, which would hinder our outlook to winning world?
Like the amount of medical breakthroughs we're gonna get from AI is fucking nuts. I don't know if you guys saw that they're fucking they're making robots using AI that can fucking like do brain surgery, like precision. It's freaking insane.
Or 3. I mean, no, my outlook on AI, this is my outlook on AI. I think that we should have almost zero regulation around AI. I think AI should be massively funded, and I think it's a huge resource and it's a massive tool that everybody should be using. And I think the government should be it should be encouraging more companies to double down on using AI. Like zero regulation? Yeah, pretty much zero regulation. That's my outlook on it, and here's the reason why. Here's the reason why I think that. It's because other countries in the world are using AI and they're doing this. And I view it in the same way that
they're not going to stop, basically.
I view developing nuclear weapons. Obviously, AI is very different, but it's the same concept where I think that it's such a powerful tool. And
basically, if you don't do a thing, it doesn't prevent other countries from doing it. So if we decided tomorrow to be like, oh, well, we're not going to develop any like weapons that are scary. Well, that's not going to stop other countries from doing that as well. And then you like leveraging like your own, leveraging your own retardation against you.
It's such a worthwhile resource that the focus should be about making sure that we're the ones that control it first, and we're able to define what the control of it actually is. Because the only thing worse than us spending a lot of resources and having unregulated AI is another country. Like, imagine if Iran had that. Imagine if China had that. Imagine if Russia had that, or another country that's oppositional to the United States has that. Then it becomes an even larger problem, because the reality is that we live in a global economy. And inside of a global economy, you are competing against Chinese products. You're competing against Russian products. Like right now, there's sanctions, but there's not always going to be sanctions. It's the same with Iran. There probably won't always be sanctions on Iran. So eventually, these people that are using these types of tools will be able to weaponize them and affect them in a way that is beneficial for their company. So if you have one company that's using AI and the other company isn't using AI, I wonder which one is going to be more successful. And I think that what's going to happen is that you're going to have a convergence where you have the good companies that are also using AI to multiply their effects, right? Things like Palantir, right? Things like this. And then you're going to have a crazy amount of resource allocation. AI 2027 is a good YouTube video about what you're talking about. AI 2027. Wasn't I gonna watch this like fucking 3 months ago? I think I was, and I never did. Maybe I should watch this. A realistic scenario of AI. Yeah, maybe is this it here? We're not ready for it. Yeah, I think this is it, right? I'm not gonna look at it right now. I just want to have it.
The problem with this is it doesn't matter if we're not ready for it. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter. Our best bet is to use it to create countermeasures against rogue AI from other countries, because they will exist. So the idea that like if we personally bury our heads in the sand that it will protect us is just retarded. Like if you think about it, right? Because like if the USA goes, well, we're afraid of like super intelligence and you know, we might release the Kraken and we don't want to do that. So, you know, let's all end AI tomorrow. That's not going to stop China from ending AI. That's not going to stop Russia from ending AI. Like any of these other countries, they're going to be like, oh, damn, opportunity to like overtake the United States. You know, why not? This is our chance, because all previous technology we can render obsolete with this if we have AI, right? So they're going to do it. And then we just buried our head in the sand. And then now we're completely at their mercy. It's like, it's very, very obvious if you think about it for more than 5 seconds that ending AI for the sake of this boogeyman of like AI super intelligence is just there's no point. Our best bet is to create a better AI that can protect us, that like we can control, one that is on our terms, that will be able to protect us from other people's AI. And this is the reason why it's so stupid. And like anybody that's like, oh well, we need to stop all AI development, otherwise we're screwed. This is why these people are all fucking retards. They're actually like room temperature IQ like retards. It's unreal.
Listed second video, maybe I don't know really which one is worthwhile. It's the second video. Okay, maybe I can watch this. We'll see what happens. But anyway, let me talk about this first, right? People are only employed now because they can't scale fast enough. Exactly. But if you aren't applying the effects of the human mind or the idea that when at war, the civilians are the most important.
Thanks so much, Sirius, for the 100. Like in Cyberpunk 2077, rogue AI in the dark web and having a giant firewall blocking them from the internet that people use. I'm not cranky. Thank you so much for the sub. Thank you.
Important aspect of your nation's industrial capacity. I don't know what you mean by that. So you'd have to explain it a little bit differently. Then why do I listen to you if I can ask AI? Because AI isn't good enough. That's the reason why. And also, a lot of my answers to things you could get through AI. And a lot of people choose to use AI. Like, look at people that are jerking off to, like, fake AI girls on Twitter, right? And shit like this on Instagram. And OnlyFans even, right?
Yeah.
And so is AI art. Well, I think that the focus is around generative AI, right? It's around AI that creates images and it creates creative content. And I think the reason why there's such a negative hostility around that, the reason why is because the people are out there that are pushing the hostility are the ones that have something to lose. I think that
they're the people that have something to lose and the people that have something to gain by virtue signaling on top of it. It's both. They have something to lose and they have something, and then people have something to gain by posturing.
Overwhelming majority of people that are on Twitter and on social media that are screaming from the rooftops about how bad AI is, AI can directly stand to take their job. And I think that's what's happening, is that you have these people that are so fired, voice actors, people like this, because voice acting is going to be, you'll still have voice acting. You're always probably going to have voice acting, but it's going down massively. And you're having these tools be generated. And whenever you have other countries that are using these tools,
do you guys see anyone being upset about translators no longer being needed? I don't see anyone being upset about that. Oh, cool. You mean like I have this app that can like translate stuff for me on the fly? You mean I can like I can like record a person's voice that's speaking to me, and in real time I can use it to translate it in my language, and then I can speak back into it. I have a universal translator. This is like freaking Star Trek or something. Yeah, nobody cares about that. Yeah, nobody gives a fuck. Google translates all their solar job. Yeah, nobody cares about that, right? Because it's convenient for them. And it's like I said though, artisans are not really going to be replaced. And I always bring back the example of knives. Machine-made knives aren't worse than Smith knives. In fact, in a lot of cases, the machine-made knives are better. But Smith knives have a certain like spirit to them that people like a certain aesthetic that people enjoy. So like there will always be, you know, blacksmiths that make handmade knives because of that reason. And it's going to be the same thing with AI. Is the question is the art for practicality, or is it for like a sort of communicative purpose, right? It's going to be based on that. And thank you for the follows. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
You simply can't compete in the free marketplace if they're using these tools and you're not. So I'll give you a good parallel to this, right? And it's illegal immigration and how construction is basically the same thing.
Oh yeah, that's another thing, by the way. The same people complaining about their jobs being taken by AI, those same people are very, very pro-immigration. Very, very pro-illegal immigration, actually. So this is what I mean. Is like none of their stances are actually consistent at all. None of them are.
So if you have two contracting companies, and one contracting company is hiring illegal aliens and they are paying them under the table and they're able to get the job done for $1,000, then you can quote the the person that you're doing the work for let's say $1,500, right? But if you're hiring all Americans and everything is totally above the board and no edges are, or no corners are cut and it's totally above the board. Let's say the cost of that is maybe $1,500. The base cost is $1,500.
Yeah.
So now, in order to achieve the same profit margin, you have to now charge, I don't know, how much would that be? Like $130,000, $150? Or, sorry, it would be $2,000, like $100, right? So you have to charge more money. So my point is that whenever all things are considered equal, the company that uses more things to save time, save money, and save resources will win in the free market.
Devil's advocate, they'll make an argument. You're okay with AI taking jobs, but not illegals. Well, it's kind of different because my reason for not liking illegals is actually like different. I don't like illegals because they're criminals. This
is something that's it's evident, and I'll give you a couple of examples of this. Right? Is that think about how many people moved away from bespoke leather goods and they chose to go with plastic instead, and now you have plastic that is massive in the market, right? And you have some people that are going back to leather and things like that, but for the most part, they're using these types of synthetic materials. And I think that, like, my dad told me about this whenever it happened, like same as styrofoam, etc. And so what's now happening is that you have so many of these people that, I'm trying to think of a better way to explain this, right? How can I explain this better? Plastic is shit, though. Well, plastic is reusable. People said it's durable. It is. And ultimately, it's a lot cheaper. So if you can deliver a worse product at a better market.
The other thing too is that there's like the comparison of AI taking jobs to illegals taking jobs is like not even remotely the same. There are so many negative externalities to illegals. It's not only them taking jobs, it's also welfare, culture, welfare, culture, housing. There's so many externalities outside of the job part that it's not even remotely the same.
At price, because this is the way that, so a lot of people don't really understand this because they just look at value. So this is the way it works, right? Is that value, this is value, right?
Okay, that's thank you so much for the 1,000. Thank you. Here is what I think. Hilarious Leaf, the anti-AI proof the humans want the human element AI can't replicate, so they cry for nothing. They are retards. Thank you, Katie. Thank you.
Right? And price have to go up. But the thing is that there are various intersections. Let's say every intersection between the red lines and the black lines is a sale. Okay. And so this is the total amount of price that you have here, and this is the value, right? It's very, very simple. So you can buy something right here that has a low price and a low value, and for a lot of people, that's going to be more than good enough. They don't need to have the latest and greatest, best, high-quality material. They just need something that's good enough. You have other people that want something that's a little bit higher quality, and then you have some people that are still going for the, the bespoke, higher quality goods.
So name
yeah,
brand.
It's basically like this is, I guess this is Temu. This is, let me think a good way to say it. Okay. All right. This is AliExpress. This is Kohl's, and this is Gucci, right? I mean, like or Balenciaga. So each one of these different companies has a value proposition, and there's a different price point where at the market people find value in it. But overwhelmingly, the luxury goods sell a much lower volume. And the problem is that luxury video games, I don't think that's going to become a thing, right? It's not going to happen. And so, Temu to Walmart, something like that. Except it's not cheaper for the consumer, it's cheaper for the companies.
There are luxury video game stuff. It's usually like those like collector's editions, like packages with a bunch of skins and shit. That's what that is. Skins are kind of along those lines. They're not necessary to enjoy the game, but people like them.
Mass produce. Used to be able to buy better crafted shit locally because they weren't trying to produce it everywhere in the world. Well, what the point is that, AI is going to be used with everything. Every company is going to be using AI. There's not going to be a company that isn't using AI. I mean, for example, Ironmouse has YouTube videos, right? Let me see if I can just pull up, I'll give you an example, right? I mean, and this is how ubiquitous it is, right? You have somebody like this, right? I mean, let me just go and I'm just going to pull up a random video. Okay, this is 2 days ago, right? And so you probably have, if you go through this, there's a transcript, right? And all of this is transcripted. This is done with technology, right? It's done with some form of AI, same with, subtitles and everything like that. And you have all of these instances of people that are basically fishes complaining about water whenever they're able to perceive it. But I think the reality is that we're totally surrounded by AI. AI is part of our everyday lives already. Like if you're using Twitter, your information and what you're typing and saying is being fed directly into Grok, for example. And so there's nothing that you can really do to get away from it. So drawing these imaginary lines in the sand about AI doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Because how can you have a platform and have an internet presence on a platform that, you know, basically is being used for AI generation? You're uploading content onto a platform that is, you know, actively using your content for AI generation. They're obviously doing this, like, duh. And so, but you're going to draw the line at a video game making an AI billboard. There's no logic to that. You see what I'm saying? There's no logic. Like I don't understand this at all. Like there's
and by the way, this is why every time I debate someone on AI, like every single time I've discussed AI with someone, I've never ever heard a good argument from them. Like never, like not even one time.
None of this makes sense to me. It's ridiculous. Where do you draw the line? Well, I would draw the line. So this is where I would draw the line. I think that, I mean, I really kind of don't, if you want me to be honest, right? I've played AI video games before. I've been a pretty big supporter of AI. Like I use AI on my stream.
Thank you.
Like I feel like I'm a pretty big advocate of AI, if you want me to be honest. It's cheap virtue signaling. Well, what I want, this is what I want. I want a list of every creator that's going to virtue signal.
Dude, I recently had this happen to me. I'm not gonna name any names, but I recently had this happen to me where I got dogpiled by people because I use AI, and so okay, I'm gonna kind of like twist information a bit. Like I'm being upfront with you. I'm twisting some of the information a bit just because I don't want to reveal, you know, the actual like people. Hey Doc, thank you so much for the 300. Thank you. I appreciate it. You all know what happened. So I had people tell me, well, Leaflit uses AI. This is awful. We need to cancel her, right? So there was this big behind the scenes like cancellation campaign for me, like over AI. I haven't said anything yet because it hasn't like manifested to like a form at which like I'm willing to you know, like attack someone over it. But then like, you know, if it happens, I will, and I will tell everyone. I will name and shame when it happens. But anyway, so they were after me for AI and stuff, right? And they're like, well, you know, you use AI and like this is really bad. And I was like, yeah, well, you know what? And then I got an entire list of every single person like that was also partnered that also uses AI. I'm like, you gonna get rid of these people too? As I said, hey, are you getting rid of like this person and this person and this person, this person, this person? Like I made an entire list. I was like, are you? And it was like, oh no. And I was like, oh, so it's only because people are bitching about me then, right? Is that why? Right? It's like so ridiculous, man.
About how bad AI is. And I want to wait 5 years. I want to wait 3 years. And then when Twitch integrates AI, because you know they're going to do it.
Thanks, Cobalt
They're
Jones.
going to integrate AI themselves. And then when other things integrate AI, I want to ask them, is AI good now? Do you support it? But the reality is that I think with a lot of people, they are more than willing to say that this is bad when it is of no cost.
One day there's gonna be like some VTubing. Doesn't Live 2D use AI? I'm pretty sure it does, actually. Hold on. Auto generation sway motion, auto generation deformer, auto generation facial movements. Actively developing and integrating. Live 2D Incorporated has a public AI research policy confirming that they actively develop and integrate AI to assist creators with modeling, material separation, animation tasks. Their official face tracking app uses AI facial recognition, avatar control with webcams. Interesting.
And I think that again,
yeah, but
like
it's
she
different.
is taking.
That's right. 750. It's different though. It's different. It's different, guys. It's different.
Not taking a sponsorship, but I think there's a secondary reason for that they literally lied to her, which is I think extremely valid. But
it's not the
staff
kind
will sabotage
of AI.
it. I don't think that they will.
Right.
I think that that's not going to happen. We just found out a game I worked on. Oh, so this is another person here. I don't know really what this is or who this person is. A game that I worked on has been using AI and has been dishonest about it. I want to be clear that I do not support generative AI in any creative field, including voiceover, art, writing, and music. If this is not addressed and removed, I will not be continuing my work work with this team. But his coding and software development using AI is fine. Exactly, yeah. There is no, this is the problem that I have, right? There's no logic to this.
My point the entire time about AI has been the same as Asmon's. There's no logic to it. Like, I don't understand it. Like, this is what I keep saying this. I'm confused at, like, these anti-AI people. I don't even know what they mean. I don't even think they know what they mean.
Where's the logic? There isn't any. There's just none. Like, AI is the new gambling outrage. I think it is. I think that AI is and gambling, I mean, like, I don't like gambling, right? I don't. And I can see why artists don't like AI. I can understand that. It's actually very easy to understand why they don't like AI.
It affects them.
But at the same time, nobody is entitled to have their job kept on life support by delaying a cultural innovation.
Yeah, when we had cars, all of the horse buggies, all of the people that bred a lot of the people that bred horses, a lot of people that had to clean the streets for horse stuff. They went out of business when we invented electricity. All the gaslight people like lost their jobs. Like every time technology advances, people lose jobs. It's how it is. It's been like that forever.
This is you're not entitled to this. No artist is entitled to this. Nobody has the right to be able to do that. So, like, for example, and I said this beginning of the stream, and I'll go through some examples, right? Like, did you know computer used to be a job? Computer was not, like, I don't need to grok this, right? Like, you guys can just believe me, I hope. Is computer used to be somebody who literally computes things.
Yep.
It was not a machine, it was a person. And it has shifted from that into becoming a machine. How many scribes do you think that there were before we invented the printing press? How many people do you think...
They had to copy every single book. This is what monks did, actually. Monks and scribes. They had to copy books, basically. If you wanted another copy of a book, you had to pay a person to, like, by hand, copy the entire book. Like, imagine, like, having a Bible was a huge deal before. You couldn't even do that, but you couldn't even read the Bible before, Like, it was crazy, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mufasa, thank you for the bits. I can't draw or play music to save my life, but I can see here in my head. AI has helped me create things I otherwise wouldn't be able to so well. Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is why I think it's such a beautiful thing. I love AI.
Were mailmen before we had...
It's John, thank you so much for the sub. Is there any reason why the Uma horse folk are gone? Because of cars. Yeah,
the printing press. How many people do you think were mailmen before we had internet and the email? How many people do you think...
Oh, yeah. Before you had to write letters to people. And then the mail handled that. Lots of letters.
Were blacksmiths for making horseshoes, and husbandry. Horse wranglers and breeders and shit like that. Mm-hmm. Whenever you needed to ride horses around, how many people do you think that we needed to? I don't know. Like, let me think of some more examples.
Like back in the day, again, before we had electricity, there was a dude. This is where the term gaslighting comes from. By the way, is that the old street lights were gas. They were gas powered. And there was a guy with like a pole with like a candle at the end, and he would light these every night. He would walk around every night and light these he'd light all of the gas lamps, and that's what kept the streets bright at night. And then at the end of the day, when the sun was coming up, he'd have to come out and extinguish all of them.
Oh yeah, shovel coal into a train when it's moving, and like run trains, gunsmiths, etc., milking cows, right? All of these things. So there's never been a single instance in all of recorded human history that we've ever, sewing. Yeah, imagine what it was like without sewing machines. For example, a cotton gin.
Gaslight was originally from a play movie. No, they had gas lamps in the streets, and the fumes from that gas could make you go crazy. Not really crazy, but they make you like impaired mentally a little bit.
Etc. All jobs no one wants to do. Well, again, I don't think you can say that no one wants to do it. Are you going to say every artist wants to be an artist? I'm sure there's some artists that might want to do something else, but they're stuck being an artist because that's what makes them the most money. I think that logically you could assume that.
Yeah, and another good one is like back in the day, if you wanted like a picture of your family, you would have to pay a dude to like go to your house, and then your family would stand there for like an hour, like for multiple hours, like standing still. And the guy would sit there and paint your whole family. And then that's how you'd have a picture on your shelf of like your family. Yeah, and this is how they did. And then photography came out, and all of those people got pissed off. I did an entire article on this, by the way, like back in the day. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I did like an entire post on it here. If you're interested, I wrote like an essay. Like photography wasn't considered art for a long time. Renowned as the father of art criticism, Charles Baudelaire wrote in Salon. So this is like a magazine in 1859. As the photographic industry was a refuge of every would-be painter, every painter too ill endowed or too lazy to complete his studies. This universal infatuation bore not only the mark of blindness and imbecility, but also had an air of vengeance. So there used to be a large market for portrait art, as it was the best way to get image of the self and family. These portrait artists were upset by the invention of the daguerreotype, which was like the original like photography that used like a plate, like some kind of plate, like some kind of metal plate. The definition of art was also shifted so drastically since its roots that it's impossible to even talk about it, which instead of conforming it's definition anyway. It just like goes on. I go on and on and on about it basically. And I just talked about how art resides not in the individual elements but the intent and expression. I just did this because like a person was talking about anyway. If you're interested in this, I did a whole post on it. Maybe I should retweet it. Maybe I should retweet it. Actually, it's been a while. What do you think? Should I retweet it? It's been a couple of months, like 6 months or something. All right, I'll retweet it right now. I've retweeted it. You can see it again if you're interested. But I did a whole piece on it because it was kind of related to AI, so I was talking about it.
But there is a perception that being an artist is some form of a like a luxury job. I think that's it. Photoshop is cheating, exactly. Weaving fabric, innovation, yes, innovation and the advances of technology always kill jobs.
Yeah, always.
It always kills jobs.
Could we go robot for the prime?
And you can look at it over and over and over. Do you think NTU will fix the placeholders and the AI stuff? He's going to be exhausted big creators, just funnels players in general. I don't think that it really matters. Like if I was them, I think that the problem is that they have to be direct and honest with the people that they're working with, right? Because that transcends any sort of business practice. That is the practice of business, right? So like if you're lying to people that you're working with, you're just being a piece of shit.
Yeah,
so
I totally agree.
Be something that they obviously shut down and they don't let happen.
Yeah.
The same things were said about AI that was said about the Substance Painter texturing program that's now standard and Photoshop before that, which is the industry standard. Yeah. And I think that, again, it's people that are trying, there's a lot of people inside of the creative industry that have a lot of social media credibility and social media clout that are trying to manufacture an artificial consensus against AI so they can keep their job security. That's the reason why they're doing this. There is no, like, these would be the same people that would be laughing and patronizing a blue-collar worker and telling them learn to code. But now that AI is coding and you tell them learn to weld, well, now somehow this is a huge problem that's affecting the environment. You need to have a solution for it, and you're evil if you don't agree with me. I think it's bullshit. It's total bullshit.
Thanks, Guy Loken. Thank you.
Yep, the learn the coders, exactly. So the issue with advancement is that it won't create a chain of jobs afterwards. Well, that's not the goal of advancing something is not to create jobs. It's to create a product. A business is not responsible for creating jobs. That's not the way it works. A business exists to create a product, and jobs are a byproduct of creating the product.
I totally agree with that. Yeah.
How do people not understand this? So nowadays you just code less or you adapt easy. Yes. And any company. Well,
the thing is you have a lot of people who believe that it's the responsibility of others to take care of them, which is not really the case.
That is refusing AI is the stinky poo-poo, all of this stuff, right? All of this bullshit. Voice actor, another person, right? There is nothing you can do to stop this. There's nothing you can do. It doesn't matter how many likes you get. It doesn't matter how many people agree with you. These companies and the companies that you don't know are using AI are probably still using AI.
You want to know the truth, though, chat, about how I feel about this? Keep hating on AI. Keep hating and keep seeding, because I'm gonna keep using it and I will keep having an advantage. So keep doing it. Honestly, keep being upset. Keep not using it. I hope they never use it. Honestly, I hope that these people and there's a big overlap with leftists and not using AI, right? All like the woke people not using AI, huge overlap in community. I hope they never use AI. I hope they never use it. I hope it's only my weapon forever. That's what I hope. I hope they never use it. I never want to see them use it ever. Dude, my mom saw my fitness results and she was like, what the hell? She was like, what? Let's
and
go.
that you don't know are using AI are probably still using AI. And that's the difference. It's inevitable. It is. It's completely inevitable. I'm done with voice acting. He's correct. Yeah, exactly. What's the value of lives if non-living is replacing it? I mean, I don't think you need to get, like, I mean, do you really need to become so abstract that you're saying that? I mean, what I'm saying is that if you can automatically generate an image, then people are going to want to use that instead of paying somebody. Right? It's like what I said earlier, right? I mean, if I can generate an image of a knight in the style of World of Warcraft, well, wow, that was really fast. I'm just instantly able to do this. So why would you want to pay somebody for something like this instead?
The reason you would pay somebody for it, there is a reason. The reason would be specifically if you want the other person's, if you want the other person's, what do you call it? You want a specific person's vision. Not really style, their vision. The style, you could just, I'm being real with you can just copy it. But like their vision, like I want to know what you see. I want to know like what your creative vision is. That's what I want, right? Yeah, that's what you would pay somebody for, right? It's like, and the thing is a creative vision itself is a resource, right? It's a creative tank is a resource. If you're a creative person at all, like you do writing or anything like that, you'll know what I mean. It's like a resource that can run out, and you have to like replenish it by like consuming media. Anyway, you're paying for that tank. You're paying for that tank and the specific person that tank flows through. That's what you pay for. And I have that deal with my artist, for instance. That's what I want from my artist. Is the reason I pay him, right? ACG, thank you so much for the 100. Ironmouse and all these other virtue signaling dickheads make us think about AI so much. But as soon as Neuro is brought up, that's how different. Because the reason why, Ace, is very simple, is that you stand to lose something by denouncing Neuro. You stand to lose, right? It actually has cost. Denouncing AI generally doesn't have cost. On right now, in terms of like the VTuber community, like the people that would watch people like Ironmouse, there's basically zero cost in denouncing AI. All the people that like AI, they're just going to shut up and feel bad about it. And then almost everybody will pat you on the back for hating AI. So there's all benefit and no cost to hating on AI. But there is to hating on Neuro. So, yeah.
Generate an image of a knight in the style of World of Warcraft. Well, wow, that was really fast. I'm just instantly able to do this. So why would you want to pay somebody for something like this instead? The water usage argument is bullshit too. Data centers use a closed system that may fail once in a while. I don't know about the water usage. I have no idea about it. Then how do we get our money if we eventually use our jobs to innovation? Everything relies on money to survive. Well, that's fine. But if you're relying on money to survive, then your focus should be with the government, not with a company. A company's responsibility is not to take care of you. It is two groups of people's responsibilities to take care of you. It's your responsibility and your community. And
the other problem is a lot of people lack like the human adaptability to like understand that like, well, if your specific skill is becoming outdated, how can you use that skill to remain relevant? People don't think of it that way. They think, oh, if I just keep doing what I've always been doing, I should be able to keep doing what I'm doing and getting paid for it. That's ridiculous. It's crazy. Times change, and everything. Times change. The markets change. Like so much about the world changed. The world keeps on spinning without you. You have to find your way. Eventually, there might be a day in which VTubing is no longer valid or reacting is no longer valid, and I'm gonna have to find a way around that. I don't have a right to say, well, I should be able to keep doing what I'm doing right now, and people should keep paying me for it. It's ridiculous. Like, I'm going to have to adapt. I'm going to have to adapt. Yeah.
To a broader extent, your government's responsibility to take care of you. So really, the company has no obligation to take care of you unless they signed a contract with you or something like that. Chatter's wrong. Water's legit, but it goes with everything. Yeah, windmills make microplastics. Yeah, I guess so. And tell it to the homeless. Well, I mean, yeah, either way, right? And let me see here. NT uses Gen AI in their game. It's funny that you say that. The whole AI at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if the character designs were made by AI. I think that there are a lot of instances where you do have people that use character designs made by AI, or at least they are informed originally from AI.
Malcolm says, I think it's also important to remember that just because AI exists does not mean without talent or practice, you can copy someone with talent or practice in AI. Like, I try to make something like Skybrows, and I won't be 1/10 as good. If I got as good as him, like my style, would be so unique and obviously be different creator. Like Leaflit's music videos are great and Holy Balls are great, but no one would mistake one for Skybrows. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There is skill in AI use. It's very obvious that it's the case, and
And I saw the shot from Weathering and You, and he ran with it. It's AI taken again. Deadass saying drives in the Zone Zero, Weathering Waves and cutscenes like this. I don't even know what this is, but let me go back and scroll down and find this. NT installed already. 3D characters based off 2D AI designs. That's a deal breaker. I don't even think that they said that. It seems like that's total bullshit. So, yeah, I mean, again, game she was working on, there it is. Can't tell if it's anime or AI. Yeah, exactly, right? Workers need AI for information, especially at SSA. Well, here's my point, right, is that...
I'm going to read this one right here. Lord Warchild says, thank you for the 100. I've been messing around with AI art and been pretty happy with what I made. There's been zero chance that I could have made stuff I've made and zero chance I would have paid someone else to make it for me. Yeah, and this is why you have a lot of memes and stuff that use AI. Like, AI has really helped memery a lot, right? Like, I made that one meme video as a response. Like, that would have been kind of impossible before, yeah.
It doesn't matter how much complaining, crying, malding, getting upset, or anything else that people do. You're not changing this. AI is the future. It's going to be used by every single company, whether you like it or not. And I understand that there's some people that want to, like fight against it, but I think that they're doing this, and this is the important thing that I want to say, is that the people that are fighting against AI, I think, are doing so for selfish reasons. I think that they are. I don't think this is some sort of like, morality thing or, ecological thing. I think that even if AI consumed no water, even if AI consumed, no energy at all, I think they would still be complaining about it the exact same way that they are now, because fundamentally it is an existential threat to their influence and their existence. And that's the reason why they don't like AI. And it has nothing to do with water. It has nothing to do with energy. It has everything to do with jobs, and it has everything to do with money. That's what I think. I'll read a few more of the comments about this. And so anyway, AI bros, empathy is because it's everywhere, which it actually isn't true. There's plenty of games and media that are fantastic without the use of Gen AI. Oh, man. Ooh, I got bad news. Ooh, I got bad news. Let me go back. I'm going to pull this up and I'll show you something. Based on reports of April 2026, Jason Schreier has stated almost every big studio is currently using generative AI tools behind the scenes. They're all doing it. Not true. Again, Jason Schreier is I think that his opinions on things are wrong. And I think he's wrong about like pretty much everything that he says, like his opinions. But this isn't an opinion. This is just simply a factual statement. I think that's what's happening. I do. I think that's exactly what's happening. It's a competitive market. Yeah, exactly. And what is this? How does Jason have such inside information for all these companies? Because Jason Schreier is probably the most well-respected games journalist that is inside of print media. I would say there's a few other people that are relatively well-respected, but he's probably the highest profile, most well-known, and the person that most people would know. Jason's a fraud. Yeah, but I think that they're all big. He's the smallest fraud and the biggest person, right? I mean, that's really about it. Not anymore. Well, I don't know who else would be besides that. And who? Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying the guy's super popular. I'm just saying that inside of... I'm surprised I'm getting any pushback for this. Yeah, he's a really popular games journalist, and so he's interacted with people inside of the field for years, and he knows this because he's interacted with them, and he's giving his firsthand experience based off of what people have told him who are his sources. And I think that he's been right about other things in the past previous to this, right? Like Jason Schreier has been able to, he's posted and said things that ended up being leaked later on that were true. So anyway, every company is doing this. Isn't that funny? And then this is, again, I think this is the funny thing about it, right? Is that, Ironmouse in the new Honkai Gacha game, and then they're literally hiring people to do AI stuff, right? Job responsibility, the exploration of use of AI tools and 2D art production, high quality art that aligns with the project's art style requirements. Yep, there you go. AI GC, Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, DALL-E, etc. Right? So this is literally, I mean, this is the same thing, right? They're hiring people to do this right now. The wall picture you generated looks pretty fucking cool. Companies would be dumb to not use AI. Yeah, definitely. And are we even surprised that it's almost always Western players that make a huge big deal out of nothing? The situation is delicate. While the issue originated in Asia and was actually received fairly positively there, it is now escalated to the point where forums in China and Japan are discussing the controversy being stirred up by the West over what may consider a minor issue. And this is the other big issue is that, like, well, actually, let me use the bathroom and then I'll talk about it.
It's good. I put 304 hours into my last AI pro. Holy shit. What the fuck? The anti is dismissing that work is aggravating. Listen, man, people are always going to dismiss your work, dude. You're going to have every single time I post anything, there's like, no matter what it is, no matter how much time I put into it, regardless of whether or not I even use AI, there's going to be people that are going to comment. They're going to go into your shit. They're going to comment a one-liner and it's just going to say, this is so ass. You're going to have people do that like every single fucking time. And it is irritating. It is irritating. And sometimes you want to just call him a little bitch, right? But, you know, it's not really worth your time.
Cheers, mate. We good. All right. This Asmongold's AI, he actually hasn't streamed in months. As soon as I can turn on the bot, as soon as I can do the auto clicker stream, oh my God, bro. Like, I'm going on vacation. I'm relaxing. I'm chilling. Everything is fucking fine. It's going to be great. Like, y'all never going to see me again. You'd be like, damn, like, wait, I thought I saw this guy. Wait, why is he in Hawaii? I thought I was watching the stream 5 minutes ago. Shit, that might already be the case. You're gonna pull a Quebbleclop on us? I will, but I wouldn't say it. I would just one day, I would run an AI. I actually have already strategized how I'm going to do this. Remember what I said before about the animal thing? I've already thought this whole thing out, okay? So just keep that in mind, don't worry. Anyway, stream with remote desktop, maybe. What do you think AI will struggle to replace? AI will struggle primarily to replace the more creative that you have to be with solutions to problems, the more resilient your job will be to AI replacement. But I do think, and here's another big component, is that inside of Western culture has been astroturfed to think that AI is really bad. That doesn't exist in the rest of the world. I'm sure other parts of the world don't like AI for different reasons, and some people share these same sentiments. But it seems to me that the anti-AI sentiment is overwhelmingly a Western sentiment, right? Non-repeatable functions. Yeah, I mean, basically, right? And so comedy is a comedy, psych work for now. Yeah, psych work, exactly. And anyway, the rest of the world wants to slow us down. Rust Belt mechanics are safe for a while. I'd agree with that. So anyway, I'll go through the rest of this. I don't even know if this is an official account, so I don't think it really matters. So Pokimane of the VTubing space. Calls her Pokimane of VTubing. When are you going to publicly denounce the Neuro-sama? I think that fundamentally, if you are against AI, you would view Neuro-sama and Vidal as a bad actor.
Of course.
I can't see a rationalization.
The weird thing is, like, the weird rationalization that they use is, well, Vidal made the code. Okay. Wait, so you mean, like, if I make the code and I myself do the AI training, then it's okay? Like, it's just so weird.
For why Neuro-sama is okay, but generative AI in video games is not okay. It's not the same.
Oh, shit.
Why not? I'll pull somebody up. I haven't pulled anybody up today.
Oh, they have anti-Semitism in there. Oh. Cracks his knuckles, he's fucking ready.
This is literally an LLM. What is Neuro-sama for us millennial retards? Neuro-sama is an AI girl. This is Neuro-sama. She is an AI-generated girl by an engineer named Vidal. I think it's like 987 or something like that. And he has created this AI girl that he streams with and has continued to iterate on and to make her more interesting and compelling to people. That's basically what's happened. Neuro-sama is the GOAT. Yeah, and also, like, the channel is, like, ridiculously popular. Like, people really, really like it. Like, it recently broke the record for largest hype train ever, right? Yeah, most brutal. So this is Neuro-sama from 2 years ago. So this isn't even her at full power.
Yeah.
AI VTuber Neuro-sama roasts Asmongold's gaming setup during a PC review stream. Okay.
Wow, with a setup like this, I'm surprised any gaming gets done between archaeology digs through ancient cup civilizations. But hey, if insects ever run out of places to live, at least they know where to go for a 5-star experience.
No, they don't.
And what's with the blanket fort aesthetic? Trying to bring back childhood memories or hide the chaos from the outside world.
She knows.
She knows.
Bless your heart. We both know the only streaming happening here is the continuous flow of soda spills on the carpet.
No, I never spill soda. I never do.
I've never spilled sodas for sure.
Yeah, right. I mean, the blanket thing was like, that was a bit too much, man.
Do you like Asmongold, the king of baldness? I don't really like him. He makes my skin crawl.
Damn.
I didn't see that part.
What
Okay,
the
that's
fuck?
new.
Yeah, there you go. And so it's cringe. It baffles me how people like this. I think that people like the novelty of it, and they like it's such a unique, odd experience that I think it's compelling for people. It was created without taking things without permission. So let me get this straight. And I'm gonna give you a real question. Do you think that if a company paid a bunch of artists to create a data bank that they could then use for generative AI, like for example, like they paid a voice artist to use their voice, and then, you know, like they said, we're going to AI generate your voice from now on, and then they fired them. Do you think that those people would be mad about it? Because I think they'd still be mad about it. Mm-hmm. I do. I think they'd still be angry about it because fundamentally,
there's proof of this because this happened in Arc Raiders, where Arc Raiders had the voice actors willingly, by the way, they willingly submitted their voices for AI so that Arc Raiders could have more extensive item like identification and stuff, like voice lines for like every item in the game. And people are still mad at it. So it's very obvious.
I don't think it has anything to do with taking things without permission, because here's also another thing, is that you are going to find literally thousands of instances of copyright infringement that people that are VTubers use all the time in their content, whether it's them playing copyrighted music, whether it's them playing video games that they don't have a license to play. And by the way, if you get into the details, fair use is a defense, but it's not a proactive defense. So you could still get sued for playing a video game. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. So how is it, like, am I supposed to believe that these people are these, you know, like super caring people about copyright law? Am I really supposed to expect that? Like, am I really going to believe that? Absolutely not. Also regarding copyright infringement, let me see this here. Can I find it? And yeah, it's the case that already happened 2 years ago on Techdown. If they forced them into it, if they protest, yes. Let me go back. I'll see this here. Is this the copyright?
Where did men lies? I'm paralyzed. My brother's eyes are gone.
Oh, yeah.
And he shall be buried here. Nameless marks his grave. Mother home.
It's good.
And this is all AI?
Yeah.
Blood and blood in foreign land trying to understand.
What the fuck?
Where is this greatness I've been told?
It only got better, by the way? Yeah. And this was 2 years ago.
That's pretty fucking
Keep that in
good,
mind.
man.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
2023.
Oh, no, I know
It's almost
who
3.
Neuro-sama is.
Great war, and they cannot take more. Great door.
Now I see why Ironmouse is sweating. I mean, I don't think that it's really direct competition in that case, but yeah. And so anyway, AI is the future. Anybody complaining about AI or anything like that is just really wasting their time. No idea how much AI generated slop I was looking at. Again, all these people that are doing
it's
this.
so funny because like people were saying it against me. It's like, oh, like you're we'll see how you feel like when when something is in your space for your job. And I'm like, dude, I was so happy at the AI voice synthesized, like somebody made up my voice, like finally. And Neuro, I freaking love Neuro.
bots that are posting on Twitter, etc. There's nothing that you can do about it. Ironmouse literally just envious and worried about herself getting replaced. I'm not saying that. I mean, people can say that if they want. That's not what I think is going on.
I don't think so either.
But anyway, like, it's funny, the outrage is exclusive to art and gaming. Other industries use AI massively, like telecom, and we can deliver new features for phones each year. Exactly. And that's what I think is very interesting, is that the only people that are going out there and crying about this are people that are inside of art and entertainment industries. And I think that's very unfair. It's unfair.
A lot of those people, they believed that they were above replacement. They really did. And you know how we know this? Do you guys remember you guys should just learn how to code? All of the coal miners that lost your job, learn the code. Learn the code.
Fair that their job is protected while everybody else's job gets removed. It's totally unfair. Why is it okay that, some other person...
Dude, how fucking oh my God, dude. How hilarious is that? Is if, like, there's a coal miner... So there's like a coal miner, right? And the coal miner's like, I lost my job in the coal mines because of these people. They didn't want my coal anymore. And I lost my job, and that's all I've known my whole life. And he had like the artist being like, ha, just learn the code, noob. Just learn the code. Your job is just obsolete. Too bad. Learn the code. And then the coal miner goes, you know what? I think I will. And then he coded the fucking AI, the AI art. Dude, that would be fucking amazing. I wish that was true. I wish there was a fucking dude. I wish that there's a coal miner working in AI right now. It would be amazing, actually.
Person gets replaced, but
I should
you
make an
aren't
AI
allowed to be
about
replaced.
it, dude. I should.
It's virtue signaling, exactly. No one's defending graphic designers. Yeah.
I should make an AI video.
And
of
Gen
that.
AI is different. I don't think Gen AI is different. I feel like why is Gen AI fun? I'll pull a couple people up and I'll listen to some of these arguments. Right? Why is Gen AI different? Like I want you to explain it to me, because we're gonna work through this.
The struggle, dude. I totally feel
you do
like
realize
the
China's
struggle
trying to put
when
laws to make
I'm
it
trying
illegal to
talk
fire and
someone
replace
in chat,
employees with AI.
and they type super slow.
I mean, a lot of everybody is trying to make a rule to stop. First, I want to say I don't give a shit about AI, but I get why people think it's different. But you know that it's not different, right? Because I don't want to have a devil's advocate argument. Like if you understand that it's not different and that it doesn't really matter, then why even spend the time doing it? But if you really think that, then I'll engage with this. But there's tools and shit that people tend to be okay with. I don't care what people are okay with. I care what makes sense.
Yep.
I know that people have opinions on things.
What's your
it's come around to getting it from art friends. I don't know what you mean by that. Gen AI is not different, as AI is essentially all Gen I. It's all Transformers. Mouse cares about generative AI because she has a relationship with artists, so it wouldn't make sense that she would be upset about it. Yeah, but here's what I'm saying, right? Is that I think that every stream on Twitch commits blatant and obvious violations of copyright law every single day on a minute-to-minute basis. Whenever you're showing copyrighted content on your stream, for example, the music that I'm playing, I don't have a license to play this music. I'm just playing the music. So this is
why I just do all the music with AI.
Effectively a gray area that you would have to go to court to resolve. If you're playing Spotify, and there's another reactions too. Yeah, a reaction. I could say it's fair use, but that's something that I would have to prove in court. So what's your opinion on AI music? I think AI anything is totally fine. This is the thing that I have a problem with. I have a problem with AI that's being used to deep fake people. I think translation coding is something I use, but when it comes to companies coming out artists and stuff.
The reason why AI deep faking is bad is because it's obviously what's the word? I have to answer this the right way. It's because the content, especially when you put it online, it's kind of slanderous to the person, because people can mistake it as being an actual thing, and it could be sexually violative. Those are the reasons. Now, here's the interesting thing. Is it bad if you deepfake someone in AI? For instance, if you made porn of them, but you didn't share it with anybody, and it was for your own personal use, is that bad? I want to say it's bad, but I gotta think about that. Like, is it actually, why would that be bad? Sexually violative, but how? Nobody knows about it except for the person who's doing it. Using your likeness, lustness. Like, for instance, if someone made like Gooner leaflet material, actually, this doesn't even really matter because I don't really care, but like, say there was a person that didn't want you to do that and then you did it anyway, but it was like private. Because obviously posting it in public is bad because it has the externality of like harming the person. I haven't really thought about this, to be honest. I'm just being real. I haven't really thought of this. It's devaluing the person, but does it hurt them if you do it in private? It's weird as fuck. See, I don't like that argument though. I don't like something being weird because it's like, think about this in context of the yeah, I know. I literally had this debate with somebody crazy. This is the reason I'm thinking about this because I literally had this debate with somebody about the tampons thing. Is that the tampons are in the garbage. The reason I said that it was bad is because the final realm of that inconveniences society too much. The final realm of that basically makes it so that every woman has to basically, if they don't want their bodily fluids being used for a sexual manner by another person, they would have to dispose of it themselves and burn it themselves at home. And I feel like that would inconvenience society too much. That was the angle I went with it. It's an interesting thing to think about. I probably have to think through that because I think this is a really complicated one. I think it seems like it's an easy, right? Like my initial reaction was that's a very easy answer, that it should not be allowed in like a deep fake for personal use, but obviously a deep fake that is used to deceive people publicly is bad. In the same way, like slander is bad and libel, right? But if it's for personal, if a deepfake personal use is that bad, like where you're not showing it to anybody, I think that's more ambiguous. Take to apply to posting images of themselves online. No woman can use social media anymore. No one can use social media anymore. That's true, but what prevents people in the first place from gooning to them anyway, right? Like what's the difference really between making a deepfake of like a woman who posts her picture online versus a person just doing it in their mind, right? Doing it in their mind or drawing it. Like, what's the difference, right? So it's kind of like I don't know if that's actually. I guess like the angle you could use is that you could say it's immoral because you're objectifying the person, but like that doesn't really does that, like that would be immoral on the same level that any porn is immoral. Not really immoral. It would be an equivalent. It would be an equivalent immorality rather than being like some special thing that requires government intervention, right? Because why would it require, if it's not actually like harming the person, why would it require like the status of being illegal? So it's like an issue of it being like, I think this is a gasp immorality actually. I think it actually is. I think it's immorality by rather than actually being like an actual thing that should be acted upon. Yeah, I don't know.
Get upset. People get upset like that. They're goyim. Those are goyim that are getting upset. Are you really going to, you're listening to the wails of the
infringes on human rights? How does it infringe on human rights if the other person doesn't know about it, right? And then it'd be the equivalent of like, I guess it being bad if you imagined yourself, like for instance, if you took a person and you just imagined that they were naked and then you imagined yourself having sex with them. Yeah, I guess it would be. Does that violate their human rights? I don't know about that. Dignity, respect. I think it's an asshole thing to do, but I don't think it should be legally enforced. But it's an asshole thing to do because you're disrespecting the person. That's about it. It's an issue of disrespect rather than is an issue. Okay, there we go. That's it. I figured it out. It's an issue of disrespect, not an issue of like legality.
goyim. And you're considering if your righteous path is the wrong one? Are you truly being led astray by the delusional cries of the goy? Are we kidding? You're really gonna start this? Dude, you can't do that. You don't want to take them seriously at all. Like, you're definitely a Jew. I'm telling you guys.
Wait, what did he say?
This is the thing that I have a problem with. I have a problem with AI that's being used to deep fake people. I think translation coding is something I use, but when it comes to companies coming out artists and stuff, people get upset. People get upset like that. They're goyim. Those are goyim that are getting upset. Are you really going to, you're listening to the wails of the goyim and you're considering if your righteous path is the wrong one? Are you truly being led astray by the delusional cries of the goy? Are we kidding? You're really gonna start with, dude?
What the fuck is Asmon talking
You can't
about?
do that. Don't want to take them seriously at all. Like, you're definitely a Jew. I'm telling you guys, that's probably fair, brother. I know it is. You fundamentally don't understand the argument? Great. I'm glad you're here because I want you to explain it to me then.
That's how I feel every time somebody does this. Every time somebody's like, Leaflet, you don't understand. I'm like, oh, good. Can you explain it to me then? That's how I felt about every single trans debate I've had. Like, Leaflet, you don't get it. You don't understand. You know, you just don't understand the trans stuff. I'm like, okay, well, explain it to me. And then they can't explain it to me ever.
And we'll do maybe one person after this, but then I want to move on and look at some other stuff too.
Yeah, you need to read more.
No,
okay,
it's all right.
sure.
I'm not mad about this. There's no reason, like, I'm not upset or angry at anybody. I'm just talking. But I have to say that, like, as I said, bro, like, ever since the word goy entered my lexicon, my entire world has improved. Everything about my life improved. Every negative thing that a person says to me, I just think of them as being goy.
Okay, wait, what does that mean? Wait, what does that mean, though? Wait, chat, hold on, help me out here. What is goy actually? What is it? Hold on. I'm just gonna look it up, okay? Like, fuck this shit, dude. Hold on, I'm gonna look this up. What does goy actually mean? Grog, help me. It just means non-Jews. Goyim means non-Israelite groups. So wait, I don't get it. Hold on. Wait, but isn't Asmongold also like non-Jewish? Wait, I'm confused. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't like. There's like a lower level, right? It's the final puzzle.
Is it like Quango? Is he just using? Okay, is he like taking the word goy and just changing it, kind of like what we did with Quango, how it doesn't actually mean Quango, but we say it anyway? Is that kind of it, basically?
Somebody in chat says my credit score went up. I don't have a credit score, okay? I don't do any credit. I've never done credit. I never want to do credit. I've got plenty of money. I only buy things in cash, okay? So maybe I'm a goy. But anyway, what is this here? So what is the actual argument about this? Thank God, Gen AI is cancerous to humanity. That's a great argument. Can you expand on it?
Wow, good argument,
yeah, okay,
man.
that's nice.
Good argument. Can you explain why Gen I is bad? Yes, Gen I is awful. What the hell is this?
You have a credit score where you like it or not? I don't know what my credit score is. I have no interest in my credit score. I don't like taking out, I guess. So if I ever needed to get money for something, right? Like, let's say I needed $30 million. Or more realistically, let's say I needed like $80 million. I could just lock that in, bro. Like there are guys I would just instantly call and I would be like, listen, this is the plan. This is the guy I'm going to work with. This is how we're going to do it. This is the business plan. This is the profit margin. This is what we're going to do. And that's it. Like there are ways that you do that. So like if you have money, like you do this. Loan sharks? No. There's privilege. What the fuck? Well, no. I mean, if you work in business, you know people that work in venture capital, and they know people that work in venture capital. Like this is something that you regularly do. Like if you work in any degree of entrepreneurship, you know this. It releases soulless and meaningless. Refresh quick. I type fast. I know. Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should think more about what you're saying. So you're just simply all you're doing.
It's inherently soulless and meaningless. Like.
Is repeating your evaluations. I don't think that Gen AI is bad. I think that it's good because it allows people that would otherwise not be able to create things be able to create things.
Yeah, exactly.
So like that's what my opinion is. I'll listen to this a little bit more.
It is inherently soulless and meaningless.
And also, you said I didn't understand the argument.
You said you type fast. That's not fast, bro.
What part of the argument am I not understanding?
Guys, like 50 words per minute is not
That's
fast.
something that I find to be very odd. Chance making an emotional
Oh,
appeal.
wait. They might type fast, but not think fast. Fair enough. Maybe they type fast, but they don't think fast. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, as I said, it's mostly women that are complaining about this, right? I mean, it's what do you expect? Let's go. Let's hear it. This guy's a little tired. It's okay.
Hold on, let me think about this. Is it mostly... I mean, there's a lot of dudes that are complaining about it too, like off the top of my head.
They type so fast? Yeah, I thought you were typing fast, man. What do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, what is this? Soulless and meaningless is already disproven? Yeah, I think it is too. Says you don't understand the argument, does nothing to make the claim. He's inherently wrong. You need human input to make Gen AI. I mean, again, like, all right, you've got art is a form of expression and AI replaces expression. AI is a form of expression.
Yup.
Creating something with a prompt is a form of expression.
Thank you, Asmond. This is why I like Asmond. He's so logical. He's so logical about like a lot of things, you know? Like, you know, obviously, like, we'll disagree about stuff, but like, I like how he reaches his conclusions.
So are you going to say that your expression is like, it's more valid, right?
This is what I mean. I've been saying, like, I actually think Asmund's pretty smart, actually. And like, you know, all of the leftists, you know, all the leftists are like, Asmund's like, you know, he's retarded. You're going to trust a guy that like, his room's a mess. It's just all like ad hominem shit. And it's like, their own arguments are shit every single fucking time. They'll call Asmund a retard, and then they'll act like a retard when you actually get into a conversation with them.
AI replaces work. AI replacing work replaces function. Yes. Does I want to respond to your reply? I know, I get it. No, it's not. It adds without understanding why it's there.
That's not true. That's a fundamental misunderstanding of AI.
Well, it's still expressing what I want it to express, right? So like if I can use a tool to do something, like Photoshop doesn't know why it's doing something. It just does what I tell it to do. So if the machine does what I tell it to do, then it's me expressing myself through the machine. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't see where this isn't just obvious.
It's not obvious to a lot of AI people, anti-AI people.
It's not the same thing. Photoshop doesn't replace the expression. Well, it does. So, like, for example, if I can create a gradient, right? Like, let's say, like, I don't have Photoshop here, but, like, let's say, like, I want to fill in a red box. Like, if I click just the red fill button, that replaces the expression of me having to paint it myself. And there are other types of things, like, for example, how you can apply text generation, or you can apply different effects
which are, like, things
that are being done in an
yourself.
algorithmic way. Mm-hmm. For example, like adding a shadow to something. That is replacing an expression because...
all filters, brushes, even picking colors, because that was something before that there was an expression and like actually.
Let me listen to what you're saying. Photoshop is a function, not a function. Photoshop is a function. Well, Photoshop is being used. So word art, 3D fonts. Yeah. AI is a function. Like I don't recognize this to be a difference.
I don't either. Yeah.
I don't see AI generating something as being any different than a person creating it with like an inspiration from something else. I just don't see it. You're untimed out. You can type again.
So one thing is like sometimes AI hallucinates, right? And you would consider that to not be a part of the actual intent. But let me take that one step further. If there was a hallucination and I intentionally was like, actually, I like that hallucination, that is a part of like what I want in the end, and then you choose to add that hallucination into the thing, is that still not your expression deciding to leave it there? So like even in the case of a hallucination, you can still intend to leave it there.
Like if you're using another piece of art as a reference point.
Happy little accidents. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Happy little accidents.
AI is a function, but when art...
I had that happen actually in the new video. The AI misunderstood something I said, and it placed a character in a scene where it wasn't supposed to be. And then I looked at it and I was like, actually, and I was like, oh man, I'm going to have to like redo this. And I was like, wait a minute, actually, I kind of like it, because it's kind of like the character is like the character that the person's playing like is watching over them. And I was like, actually, it's kind of interesting. And then I just left it.
Art, it replaces the expression. Okay, well, let's say it does replace the expression. Let's assume that it does. Why is that bad?
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. But it was kind of good though, right? It was a good hallucination. It was an interesting one that like actually could work. And I decided that I kind of like it more.
Why is that bad? So you've
so
now
like I specifically added it into the final cut, even though I didn't have to.
Created like the expression. You have now assigned a value to the idea of this expression. But what about people that don't share that value? Like, if I don't feel that that value exists with the expression, then why would I?
Yeah, Helvetica's wonky eye is another one where I got that, and then I so usually what I'll do is I'll usually multi-gen a scene. That way, like, I get different versions because I don't really want to wait. So I'll multi-gen a scene, and I specifically picked the one where she went cross-eyed because I was like, it actually fits so well.
I listen to that. It kills the soul. I don't think it kills the soul. I think that there's plenty.
So you have like two different things going on with AI. You have things that you like 100% intend, and then you have things that you intend in the cut. Does that make sense? So like there are things that you specifically intend in the scene. Like, for instance, when you storyboard stuff, but sometimes the happy little accidents, you like them, and then you intend for them in the final cut.
You have soulless slop that's made by people, and there's plenty of cool stuff that's made by AI that I like a lot. So I don't even think that's true. I mean, if you think AI stuff is soulless, didn't you look at Merit? Then there's a fundamental misunderstanding. But see, what you're framing as a misunderstanding, I think is not a misunderstanding, because a misunderstanding implies that there is a correct viewpoint and that there's an incorrect viewpoint. I don't think that your viewpoint is incorrect necessarily. I think that it will be proven wrong in the future. Like, I think that in the future, and I think that even now, if you showed a person a bunch of art and you presented it as if it was human-made, people would really resonate and think that the art is amazing. And then afterwards, if you told them it was AI, they would feel tricked. And that's because the emotion comes from a secondary source.
That's actually a good way to see it.
Modern architecture? Yeah, exactly. Look at the WoW art you generated. What about it? Why are the things in the background? Well, okay, so like, let's say that's the first draft. Why couldn't I just change the background to make it more interesting? Is it there because it's supposed to be there? Well, it just guessed, yeah. So here's my point. Like, we're going back and forth about this a lot because, like, at the end of the day, you are an AI art is soulless, etc. I think that human art is soulless. I think that in a lot of cases, human art is totally soulless. It's slop. It's garbage. It's bad. And I think that this is an artificial distinction. And I think that as AI improves and it gets better, fewer and fewer people will be able to even tell the difference, not to mention recognize and care about the difference. So I think that we have tons of bad, soulless garbage that is made completely with human beings, and it's terrible. So that's what my opinion is on it generally. Whenever someone commissions work, yeah, exactly, right? And that's the way that I feel about it overall. Like,
yeah,
obviously,
you see a lot of work that's being done like for multiple millions of dollars, and they're just unwatchable. And then like you compare that to something like from Skybrows, which is like Million Amelias, which is like totally watchable and total banger. I could watch it like 100 times in a row. Whereas like I like, you know, their shitty, you know, anime. Identity anime or whatever, right? That they spent millions of dollars on. I can't even watch one episode.
It's, you know, a little bit more complicated than that. But yeah, I think that AI is definitely, you're wrong. It's not a matter of being wrong. You're not understanding this. This is my value judgment.
Yep.
I'm not telling you what you need to think. If you think that AI art is bad, you have every right to think that AI art is bad. But what I am telling you is that
I know you might not think so, but I actually agree. If you think that all AI art is bad, that's up to you to think that. But where's the consistency in like your beliefs? That's the question I have, is what's the consistency in like what you believe? So you have these people that say that AI art sucks and shouldn't exist, and then they're inconsistent about their criteria.
If you think AI art is good, nobody who thinks it's bad has a right to tell you that it's bad. Does that make sense? This is my opinion. They've always said art is in the eye of the beholder, right? And so what about that? It's a different tool. Yeah. And your opinion is that of a non-artist, and that's okay? Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, it's my opinion. Like, I mean, I've done some, I've, you know, painted some things and done some things. But yeah, generally, no, I'm not an artist. Like, I used to do a lot of animation. I did, but like that was about it. So yeah, I think again, I cannot wait. I cannot fucking wait for 5 years from now where I can go down the list of every virtue signaling person that wanted to talk about how they wouldn't take an AI sponsorship from a game. And I want to wait until a game that they come out with or that they're involved with is AI made, because I think that it's going to be, because I think this is the nature of the way things are done now. That's it. Entertainment art is entertainment. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess so. Who told us Picasso or anything else was good? It's ridiculous. Yeah, exactly. I'd argue being a creator is a form of art. Well, I mean, I think that he obviously means that I'm not like an illustrator, right? I'm not drawing things. So, I mean, yeah, sure. But that's what I think. You see, just next time they pick up a sponsorship from Marvel Rivals, yeah, definitely.
That was a really good video. Yeah, I basically agree with Asmongold on his takes there. I'll link you guys a video over here. The AI war continues. It'll keep going, and I think we're gonna win. My thoughts on it. I think it's inevitable.